Alicia with AllnDaKards, coming to do a world reading. Okay, so today this is going to be the world reading that I'm doing. It's going to be based off of some topics that are going on in the world, and I wrote them all out. So I have my phone here with all the different ones that I want to go over, pull a card or two, deep dive into each one of the topics, and just see what we get, right? And see what answers the spirit guides want to bring to our attention. Just burning a little Palo Santo this morning. Of course, because it is kind of early, I'm doing it just so you can see the board, okay, and not me. All right. Hope all is well. If you're new to the channel, welcome for coming in and watching my videos. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. You know the drill, right? And so today with the world reading, a couple of the topics that we're going to hit on is going to be about the war. Of course, about a lot of things with the food shortage, crime, even about some of the monumental things that have been happening, such as like the Georgia Guidestones, like the mysteries behind a lot of things that are controversial, as well as could have conspiracy theories behind them, right? So, as I take a drink of my coffee, I'm just going to use the normal rider rate. That's how I'm trying to get these messages about this. I don't want any confusion. I just want to get answers from the Most High, right? I ask that my spirit guides, my ancestors come in now and allow messages to come through for these things that we're needing to know about and what's really going on in the world, right? In the world. So, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video, family. Please make sure that you go to healthyexchange.org and get your items. Healthyexchange.org is the divination store, botanica, metaphysical store, whichever way you want to call it, for AllnDaKards. Okay, we have several new items. So just go and check us out, okay? All right, now, and the link will be below this box, as well as if you would like to get personal readings or back open as well, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start on the first one. I don't want this to be too long, even though I done got into almost 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're gonna see if we can get some messages for these topics based off of the world and what the world is going through at this time, okay? Now, let's see what answers the spirit guides can bring through about this Russia-Ukraine war, okay? This war that's going on. What do we need to know as a collective? What do we need to know about the war, the one in Ukraine and Russia? I try to get a 3-card spread, if not more, but I'm trying to keep this really small. So I just want, you know, specifics, okay? So we're just going to look at it. Let's see here. The war. The war in Ukraine and Russia. What do we need to know? The war in Ukraine and Russia. So what do we need to know? Thank you. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So we got 5 cards. I'm just going to take what's here about the war, right? So what I see here is it's a lot about legacy, right? It's a lot about legacy, foundation, money. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles is here. And then we have underneath of that 10 of Pentacles, we have the Magician. So someone that has a lot of resources. It can also be about resources of some kind, right? Partnership, right? With the two of Cups being here, right? Let me show you guys the cards that came. The 10 of Pentacles. This is about what we need to know about the war in Ukraine and Russia. The 6 of Swords. the Two of Cups, the Magician, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so what I see here is like someone is planning this out. Like they plan this out based off of money, right? Based off of partnership, right? I feel like the Magician is the president in Russia. Like I feel like he's been planning this for a while with the Three of Wands, right? That's a card about planning and having all the resources, right? Because Russia is pretty much, they have a lot of stuff, right? They have a lot of resources. He's going to be successful too, guys. I feel like they're going to be successful. This is the success reward card after making some decisions. But whatever this war started about is based on money. It's a lot of money involved, okay? So ancestors definitely gave us the enlightenment based off of this alone, right? I feel like it is moving away from it's moving to calmer waters, like from where it was in the beginning, though. I feel like it's coming to an end and that it will be a partnership between the two places or between two countries of some sort. And it's going to be about foundation of this money, the legacy behind the money, the choices, the things that, you know, like the sanctions and all of that stuff that comes along with it. But I do feel like, you know, with all this yellow and it's like bright colors that are here, reference to the war, I feel like it's coming to an end. And for the positive for, I just feel like this keeps stating prudent, because he's the Magician. He's pulled out all his tricks. He has all the resources to do to do what he has already planned, right? And I feel like this is showing us the partnership, the things that are going to happen in the end, or what could be the battle between two partners, okay? Also. Or it could have been two people that are going to partner up after moving into calmer waters with the Six of Swords being here, or moving away from something, right? Leaving something behind. I just feel like this is screaming about the whole legacy of Russia and why they wanted to start things. They are trying to, you know, even partner up. This could be partnering up with the United States too. Just not sure. Or that could be Ukraine, right? I just feel like with what came out here, what ancestors is trying to tell us about the war, guys, is that it's all behind money, right? Because that was the first card to come out. So this was the main card in reference of the war and what it's about, which I'm not surprised. You guys shouldn't be surprised either, right? And especially showing the Six of Swords. This is a card all about travel after going through war or after going through a situation that could have been rough and going into calmer waters. It has kind of settled down as well, right? There is some type of partnership forming of some sort. I'm not sure exactly with who or with what, but that's what's going on at this time. That could be why, you know, they moved into calmer waters, because someone has started agreeing to some things with the war. Okay, that's what it's showing here. Something, like I said, this was all planned, guys. This was all planned by this magician. And for some reason, Spirit keeps saying this is Putin, this magician that planned this out, okay? Based off of his legacy, based off of this Ten of Pentacles, you know, and planned it very successfully, you know. So that's what it's showing. Let's see what the outcome may be. In reference of this war. Spirit, can you give us insight on what the outcome will be? Yeah, the King of Pentacles fell out. I feel like that's a very emotional man. That could be like the president of Ukraine, right? You know, someone who is really in their feelings. This could also be Putin in reference of the war. And what I'm asking is what's going to be the outcome. So the King of Pentacles, King of Cups came out, as well as the Eight of Cups. So someone's going to walk away from the situation, from the war. The war is going to end with someone leaving behind a lot of things that were once valuable to them. right? I mean, this looks like, you know, the area out there, Russia, Ukraine, right? With all those mountainous, you know, waters. Maybe some people are walking through waters just to get away from whatever the situation may be, being very, you know, into their feelings about this situation. I feel like that is authority figure in some sort, being very into their feelings about the situation, but someone is going to have to walk away from this situation at the end. What is the, can you give us one last card of reference of this war and the outcome, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, so it's still going to be this Knight of Wands that's doing stuff in the background. Still going to be action taken even at the end, or from even after someone walking away from the situation, or leaving the situation behind. Yeah, someone's going to be, it's the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. That's all about, you know, working towards whatever this is. So that is this person that's going to be putting in all the work in the background, right? After they felt like they won, or some people felt like in the war, I feel like this is Ukraine, like as if they've had to walk away. And if you look, that fell right on the Six of Swords. So it's like as if they had to walk away from, you know, what they once valued to get to calmer waters, to get to another part of wherever they're from, right? To get away even from having things come at them after having this King of Cups, which landed on the money, okay? After having this very emotional person, you know, come at them in reference of war, all about money, right? They're looking at it now. I mean, the outcome of that, like I said, will be them walking away from the things that they once valued. And this person actually coming, the outcome was the Knight of Wands, right? But it landed on the Two of Cups. So it's as if, you know, they got what they wanted out of whatever they worked hard for, okay? With the Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles being there, and collaborated with others. And now they got some type of partnership with someone else. And I feel like that partnership can even also be China, right? And they're working with this person. This is the Knight of Wands. So this is all about action, taking action, moving quickly to get things done of whatever has happened in the war is going to be the outcome. They're going to be working with this other person, okay? Or this other country, all right? So that's what I see. Someone very emotional about the situation. Someone that, like I said, I feel like this is all Putin energy in reference of this war, because once again, the Magician is what came out first, as well as the Knight of Cups, okay? So I just feel that's what we're feeling. That energy is coming up here in reference of this war, because he's the main person behind it, right? Kind of even looks like him if he had on a suit and a cloak and a, you know, crown and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, but I just feel like this is definitely gonna be, it's definitely all about, and I feel like this is Ukraine's energy, right? Just wanting the things that they value, they're having to walk away from after the battle, but now they're on their way to, you know, moving to calmer waters, moving to something that they can start to rebuild, right? After going through all of that havoc and death, right? And then, like I said, someone is still moving towards what they want to move towards, right? Partnership after this. And that's probably what they wanted, to build this wealth, right? So that's what I see towards the war, guys. And the outcome is the three cards on top, which was the King of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, right? This took a toll on a lot of people there as well. Emotionally, it's a lot of mental instability as well there in the country amongst that war, right? It's a lot of people in their emotions, you know, and this Cancer energy is kicking it up, right? So that's what I see towards the war, guys. Hopefully that was, gave you guys some insight on that, right? All right. So let's get into this CERN thing. Whatever this situation is that, you know, all these scientists basically have put together this machine trying to play God, okay? And we're going to see exactly what Spirit is trying to tell us. What do we need to know about this CERN situation, Spirit? This machine, right? Man against machine. Technology taking over, right? CERN. What do we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know about CERN? CERN. What do we need to know as a collective about CERN, Spirit? What do we need to know? Okay, let's see what we got. A lot of people happy about it, I tell you that. Okay, we're going to take this. This is about CERN. There's another King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like, you know, there is still another King of Cups here, right? Someone who is in charge. I feel like that's the person in charge of this project. I feel like it was, you know, people are happy, but there also have been a lot of challenges and, you know, conflict around this situation. The Ace of Swords is also here. The Ace of Swords is about clarity, about truth. And the Chariot card is also a card about moving forward. So it's like as if they're happy about moving forward. They've got the clarity. They feel like this is a new cutting edge to something. Like they're going to be very excited about traveling to wherever this is going to take them. But it was with conflict. But they're really ready to risk it all and leave everything behind. Maybe they felt that they had to leave everything behind when they started this. But I mean, it's just looking, you know, the happiness is here. So a lot of people are happy about this machine, okay, and what it can do. This is Chariot card is about transportation as well. So this has a lot to do in reference of, you know, them traveling, which of course the Six of Swords card is here as well about traveling, right? Remember they said something about it's like, they were saying that it could be also a way for, you know, the elite to get away from Earth, okay? And that's the conflict behind it, right? Also about, you know, them trying to make a new Earth, right? That also could be why the big happiness sun card, joyful card, they're like really excited about this situation. But it's something with it that's causing some issues. It could wind up being that they walk away from this situation or move away from it. But I feel like this is all based off of, because if you look, we have two cards at the bottom, the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Both of these cards about moving away from something. So it's kind of like as if they're moving away from the conflict, which is sitting in the middle. No longer having that issue about this situation. So it was something. It was a lot of confusion, chaos behind this situation at one point with CERN. But now it's as if, you know, someone's leaving. Someone's leaving. People are leaving on this. Okay, moving away from something. These are two cards about moving away, leaving something behind, you know, walking away. Look, the two people on here could be two men as well with the family. Their backs are turned, leaving. Right? In the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. But they're under, all of these cards are moving, traveling, moving away, conflict, chaos, but it's all underneath. So it's like as if this row is showing us what had happened, right? And this is the new version of what's happening now. And it's all coming up behind the King of Cups. And up behind him is the Five of Pentacles, which is about leaving people out in the cold, moving away, leaving someone behind. So it's as if this King of Cups is behind them, leaving people in the cold, leaving people behind. And Tower card is right behind it. Look, the Tower card. So this is going to be an unexpected event. I feel like that's what they were trying to tell us too, right? Is that with this machine, this transportation, because remember the Chariot card is also looked at as like cars, transportation, something about moving forward. You see he's in his cart, right? So it's like someone's driving that machine. Someone's working that machine. And that machine, they feel is the truth. They feel like that is the clarity. They feel like it's going to help them to you know, get away from Earth, to conquer all things. They feel like it's going to be the chariot away waiting to heaven. That's what they feel like, right? They feel so happy about them being able to move forward with CERN. They've been waiting on this, right? It's been a lot of conflict. It's been a lot of battles. And I see that here. The Ace of Swords came on top of the Five of Wands, which is about winning that battle, right? Because swords also are about challenges and battles and conflicts and so forth. And here it is. I see that it was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguments, a lot of boardroom conversations that didn't go well in reference of the CERN and what they wanted to do. But with different authority figures coming in and out, being hired, being new people coming on, it was a change. The change brought this Ace of Swords. It brought the movement. It brought the new things to allow them to be able to move away, start traveling again, start getting all their families together, and start looking at the outcome as being a happy situation. Okay? And so they're gonna leave everything behind. All things of value. It doesn't even matter. Spirit is definitely saying and telling us that's what CERN is all about. It's all about someone actually being able to transport themselves away, leaving things behind, leaving Earth behind in some type of shape, form, or capacity, right? And it's going to come unexpected with the Tower card. The Moon card is also here. Don't forget, that's all about illusions. Underneath of it was the Emperor, which we know this is behind. I feel like that's the powers to be behind it all, behind the illusion, behind the facade. Unexpected situation gonna happen. They're gonna leave everybody behind, and people are just gonna be falling at the wayside, right? But it doesn't matter because they don't mind leaving people out in the cold, especially when it just is all about them, right? All about those scientists, the people, the powers that be, the people that are behind the CERN situation, the technology versus man, right? Because they're ready to leave everything behind. That's what it's showing here. It's an escape, right? Escape away from something. Everything I see here is definitely showing backs turned, right? Backs definitely turned, definitely leaving stuff behind, definitely feel like they're moving towards calmer waters. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, let me get these cards together. I'm trying to hold coffee in one hand, right? But look at that. Both of these cards show people with their backs turned, leaving stuff behind. Traveling, moving away from something. After this conflict, and then now the conflict is gone. Now it's happiness. Now it's time for us to move on. Now it's time for us to get back to what we were doing in the first place with the machine years ago. Happiness, traveling, moving forward, right? Because we got the clarity now. We got the G-O came to mind. Okay? So that's what I see here for CERN. Let's see the outcome. Let's see what the outcome is going to be based off of the spread that's here. Spirit ancestors, give us the outcome in reference of this CERN machine. What do we need to know as a collective? What do we need to know as a collective, Spirit, about this CERN machine? CERN machine outcome for the CERN. Outcome for the collective. What do we need to know about the CERN machine? What would be the outcome of this? Spirit, can you give us an insight? What would be the outcome? Ooh, okay. I can't take all of them. That flew across the thing. Hold on. Okay, I'll take that one because it flipped over. Outcome about the CERN. Thank you. All right, so it will be some new beginnings, and they will keep planning behind this. You see what popped up, right? Yeah. I feel like that's the deep state, right? No, or I'm gonna just say DS. Okay, I don't want to say too much on my videos, but I feel like this is the powers that be, if you know what I'm trying to say. I feel like the Hierophant is on the bottom of the deck, so this is like a higher authority, a traditional authority. You know, we look at this as someone training others. It could also be that training, right? Look at that. The Hierophant came up on the bottom of the deck. Underneath of it was the Page of Swords. So that's the communication and the talk about what's going on here. But it still will be some planning going on. They feel like they can conquer the world with the world in their hands. They feel like they can change the world. They can move you know, away from what's going on Earth, and they're looking out towards something else, right? They feel like they have a new beginning with this situation, and they're going to take a lot of risk. There will be a lot of burdens behind this CERN situation, because this is the karma that's going to come back. Spirit is saying, yeah, but they have all this set together, and they feel like they're making things better for others. But because of this, powers that be, the authority, the control that they're trying to have over, you know, planet Kai, right? You know, Earth, right? They're going to have a lot of situations and battles and things, heavy burdens behind this situation. So this is the outcome based off of the energy that's here right now. It's still going to be challenges. It's still going to be chaos. I still feel like they're going to have this is still going to be there, even though they're trying to walk away from it. Okay. I mean, trying to walk away from Earth, or leave Earth behind, or get to whatever goal it is that they're deciding to do with this CERN device. You know, it's probably, we had the moon card earlier, so we know it's some things that they're not telling us about this machine. Okay, I feel like it is something in reference of them going away from where they are now, or they're trying to recreate something, and they're trying to leave it all behind and utilize whatever it is that they're trying to create. But I feel like Spirit is saying they're going to take these risks, and, you know, they got to move forward and to go. But because of this, it's still going to cause this. Okay, a lot of battles, a lot of hurdles, a lot of bending, a lot of compromise, a lot of burdens to get to a point that can even get it where it needs to be. So I feel like that's what we're being shown here in reference of the outcome, right? Even though they're happy about the progress and what they are able to do now with the machine, I still feel like it's going to go through a lot more planning, a lot more trying to get stuff together, try to figure things out, right? Taking a lot of risk, right? Towards the different things that they're trying to do. So they're still trying to put things together, is what it looks like here, but with burdens, with a lot of headache problems, okay? So that's what I see in reference of the CERN machine. I don't think it's anything for us to really be worried about right now. Could be later. I'll tap back into that energy later on, okay? But that's what Spirit wanted us to know about. Also, if you pick up something different from the spread, please put it below, right? Share how you feel about what came out on each one of the topics, right? Because this is for the collective. This is for all of us to kind of see what Spirit wants us to know about each one of these topics. Okay, so let's get into the Georgia guide stones. The Georgia guide stones blew up mysteriously. Okay, mysteriously. Hold on, y'all. And we kind of want to know, because I'm doing a lot. Let's see what its ancestors want us to know about these Georgia guided stones and why they blew up. Spirit, what's going on down there with the guided stones? What do we need to know? What do we need to know, Spirit, about the Georgia guided stones, please? The Georgia guided stones. What do we need to know, Spirit, about the Georgia guided stones? Thank you. So let's see. Georgia guided stones, Spirit. What else do we need to know? Thank you. Okay. So, yes, a lot of sword energy here. Okay. I see two women, a man, right? A partnership. The Temperance card is here, and the Four of Cups is here. So this is the energy around the Georgia guided stones. That was the Queen of Wands, the Strength card. The Two of Cups. The Temperance card. The Four of Cups. and the King of Swords. And on the bottom of the deck was the Queen of Swords. So we have a couple here, a Queen and a King of Swords. Conflict, challenges amongst them, communication, action also done. So I feel like there was someone tried to give, I feel like some type of partnership, some type of relationship amongst, it could be a married couple that could have had something that was dealing with this situation as well. With the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is up under it. That's a lot of swords, a lot of challenges. That's the person rushing in to do whatever they were doing. I think they had, I seen a video, they had someone rushing to do something. They had like, it was in a black, he was like in all black. And that could be the Knight of Swords rushing in to do this, right? Blowing something up, right? And they had a picture of a car as well. I just feel like this is giving energy of a lot of different people having things to do with it, right? Trying to have the strength to get through doing this, right? After something being handed to someone or offered and them not taking the offer. This could have even had something to do with someone that, you know, is going through a lot of things right now in reference of the world situations. I feel like with the Temperance coming out, that's like a card of patience, like someone was waiting on this or could have been waiting on a situation to happen, or a partnership that someone was waiting on and they avoided the situation from, you know, whatever offer was given. Maybe that the stones, I'm not sure of everything that's behind those. I do know that it was like an encoded message that was on there. Not sure if this couple had something to do. I know they said a guy had got these God stones built in Georgia back in 1970 something, right? So I think he paid out of his own pocket his money. This may be him, the King of Swords, right? King of Swords. Now, not sure if he was married, the guy who did get these things up and going, or if he was in partnership with someone that wanted it to happen as well, and he did it, right? But there's something else going on here in reference of this Temperance and the Four of Cups, right? And then, like I said, another Queen of Wands is here, right? But like I said, all the swords, all the higher up swords are here. So those are like people that are intelligent, very, very intellectual, you know, communicators, people that get things done, cut through stuff, you know, and that would be the man that they were talking about that created the God stones, or that had them paid to have them put up there. But it's as if he was advised not to do it, right? And he did it anyway, but he had tried to have patience with the Temperance card here. But it's showing like he was also into some other things, guys. 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right? With the Temperance card, right? Into something else. Could have been a heavy drinker as well. This was like also, I feel like a healing situation for this King of Swords. Like that he did this for healing purposes, like towards putting those things up there. He wanted someone to know some things. So he decided to put this up. It was also a part of, it became a part of like a tourist spot, right? And he was offered, the guy who did these God stones was offered something, but he decided not to take it. He held the strength and kept going and still decided to put them up with whatever code or whatever he put on these guided stones. And someone didn't really like that, right? Because he look at how he looks. He looks like, but I'm going to have the strength to get through this offer of whatever it was. Maybe that offer, to me, ancestors keep saying, it may have been an offer to take those things down, take it down. Do they have like a woman that's over that city or state or something? Well, I would say the city because it's Georgia, so I know it's not a woman over the. It could be like a woman. It's a Queen of Wands that has something to do with this, but it's definitely a couple that also has something to do with it, right? And the Queen of Swords, King of Swords. That's air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Very strong here. And like I said, it's Two of Cups is here, so that's a couple, partner, business partner of some sort. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing here. Let's see if we can get a little clarity on this in reference of the outcome. I want to keep those two cards, those two Knight cards here, Knight and Queen, because it's all the swords, right? Bringing in truth. I feel like this King of Swords also represents truth. It represents clarity for those codes that the reason why he put it up, right? So let's see. What can you give us more insight in reference to why this why is this Temperance card here for the guided Georgia Guided Stone Spirit? Why is this Temperance card here for the Georgia Guided Stones? The Georgia Guided Stones that was blew up, Spirit. What do we need to know based off of this Temperance card being here? What do we need to know? So it's like someone was trying, yeah, and here goes the Eight of Cups again, right? Which is about leaving something behind, something valuable, okay? But I do feel like with the Eight of Swords coming out in clarity of the Temperance, that's letting us know that someone was being patient after feeling like they were restricted and couldn't say something, or feeling locked down, bound, you know, even could have been, right, incarcerated of some sort, right? Is what I'm seeing. Let's keep going. Or maybe someone will be incarcerated. We just have to be patient. Yeah. Maybe this is the person being patient. I feel like this is stating to me now, this is giving, you know, because this is feeling like restriction, but then freedom, right? So I feel like he was having patience. The Temperance card, when he put this guided stone here, this King of Swords, which I feel like is the guy that put these stones up in the first place, it's kind of giving us the background on it, or why the guided stones are there in the first place and who did it, or also giving us some detail in reference of, you know, the energy around it, or, you know, at this time. But I feel like this is freedom after being restricted. So it's like he got his point out, his wish was fulfilled, but only with patience, right? Only with him ignoring and not even worrying about, you know, the offer or whatever someone was trying to present to him, and him constantly staying focused on the guided stones, right? Oh, okay. Guided Stone Spirit. Why is the Two of Cups here, please, towards the Georgia Guided Stones that blew up, Spirit? And you're trying to get clarity on the Two of Cups. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, see the Four of Pentacles. This is about a couple who was holding on to this situation. Like, they basically put this up for, you know, some type of monument, right? Look at all these places behind this person with the Four of Cups, right? It's like a whole town. I feel like I wish I knew the guy's name, or it could have been, he was married to someone, a Queen of Swords, and he's the King of Swords, and this is them as a relationship. But what came out was the Four of Pentacles in reference to clarity for, you know, why the Two of Cups is here for the Guided Stones. I feel like this is like an old monument that it meant a lot to someone for their city or for their state, right? And what this couple or this partnership was doing was actually holding on to the fact that they wanted to, you know, put out there exactly how they felt and what codes, because they have codes on those stones. You guys go back and look. I feel like they wanted to represent that in some way, but it took, you know, their finances to do this, their own finances, but they held on to the situation because they wanted to make it, you know, happen, right? It's kind of like being this restricted and getting their wish fulfillment. Okay. The Georgia Guidestones. What kind of outcome do we need to know about this? Why is the Four of Cups here for the Georgia Guidestones that blew up in Georgia? The Georgia Guidestones that blew up. Why is the Four of Cups here? Sorry, Spirit. The Four of Cups. Thank you. The Lover's card again. So see, it's like as if it's a couple. It's something to do with some type of couple. I don't know why this, or a partnership. Lovers came up in reference of this Four of Cups for the Georgia Guided Stones. It's some type of marriage or relationship or something that was wrapped around this situation. Whether it was someone, a couple that decided to do this, maybe the guy that they were talking about that decided to put this up, maybe they were offered. If they lived in that town, you guys knew anything about it, about the man and, you know, his life that was behind, you know, putting up the Georgia Stones, Guided Stones back in the 70s. Let me know if he was married. Because it's coming up a lot of stuff about partnership, you know, lovers, Gemini energy again. So I really strongly have a lot of air here. Air is all about Mercury, all about communication. Yeah, and here's the Aquarius. The star is on the bottom of the deck. This is about healing, okay? Something towards these Georgia Guided Stones was really to help this couple, or there was a couple that was into putting this monument up, okay? They may not be still here on this earth as well. But I feel like at the time, they were in a rush to get this going or make this happen with the Guided Stones. And I feel like that's the same way that it went out. Someone actually was rushing to get it gone, to have it, you know, no longer here. Didn't get the Tower card, which I thought was going to fly out, right? Because it blew up. But I do feel like this has a lot to do with someone's, I'm going to say someone's fight, someone's challenge, someone's initiative to have healing, to make things happen for partners, you know, with their partner of some sort is what I'm seeing here. I mean, it's not, towards what it said to me, it's not making the sense that I thought it was on a show. But I mean, we got a lot here in reference of, you know, partnerships. And if it's not around a partnership or a queen and a king, it's around some type of business partnership or someone that is in business together, that someone offered something to and they, you know, didn't take it or decided to take it or didn't take it. But it is showing, like I said, you guys can see the cards that's here, right? So yeah, let's get a major outcome. Let me get one last outcome in reference of this Georgia Guided Stone Spirit, because this not making sense to me. Hopefully it's making sense to you guys or what's here. I don't know. I don't know a lot about it, but I'm just tapping into the world topics, right? Give me one card message, Spirit. One last outcome card about the Georgia Guided Stones on what we need to know, the outcome and what's going to happen with the Georgia Stones, please. One last outcome card about the Georgia Stones and what's going to happen. What do we need to know as a collective? Thank you. Love, peace. Yeah. So for some reason that had to happen. Okay, so this gives a lot of explanation on what happened. That had to happen, and once again a love card. So this is kind of like, you know, it's like the lovers. It's a lot of love around it. I don't know if that love was for the good of the people, which of course, once again, it was like the restricted and the wish fulfillment card. So it's like on the Temperance card, which is a card about patience, a card about, you know, healing as well, right? But it, like I said, with the Ace of Cups coming out as in reference of what's the outcome, it's just showing nothing but pouring of love and the good for people with the Ace of Cups coming out after that happened. So it maybe been like the blow up was needed, okay, for the people or for whatever the goal was, okay. That was the whole situation. It's like this cup is pouring over. It's like it had to happen. Right? And whatever happened is going to bring a new beginning that's going to rain down on us love, right? This is like the chips that came out of it, right? Of it blowing up, but it's gonna come out and be a cup of love for the people, right? Or bring the people together in some way. All right, so that had to happen. We stayed a long time on that one, I guess, because it really, the way the cards came out and what it's showing, I mean, it's not making a lot of sense. Maybe it will, you know, a time from now. But yeah, just showing that it needed to happen. And it's going to bring, you know, the Ace of Cup energy, which is good, right? Which is love. Okay, so let's look at the food shortages. Let's look at food shortages. Baby milk, all that stuff. We had a lot of food shortages, right? Ooh, this is going to be a long world reading, y'all. I'll try to timestamp it, maybe. Maybe. I don't know, because that means I got to really, really deep dive, and I got a lot of stuff. So let's see. Food shortages, Spirit. Give us some insight on what's going on with these food shortages. The baby milk was out. Can you give us insight? What is going on with this? Is this like a government thing? What is it? Because, you know, we have our conspiracy theories about it, but what do we need to know as a collective? Yeah, in reference of why they're doing this food shortage or why we have a food shortage. Can you give us some insight on this, Spirit, in reference of the food shortage? What, as a collective, do we need to know about this food shortage? Please. Okay. Yeah. What do we need to know about this food shortage, Spirit, as a collective? Yes. As a collective, why is this food shortage here? Okay, this one at the pop. Yeah. All right. All right. Spirit is giving us a lot of messages in this, guys. So you guys see, I asked, why do we have a food shortage, or what do we need to know about this food shortage? And look what pops out. We have the 7 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the Hangman, the Queen of Swords, the Devil, and the 4 of Pentacles. On the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands, and up under her is the 9 of Swords. And under that is this, the 8 of Swords. So this energy is here, reference of the food shortage as well. We feeling bound, restricted, locked down. We're having nightmares, anxiety, depression because of all these things that are happening. Underneath of that was the Wheel of Fortune as well. So there is some things that are happening because of that, I feel. And this Queen of Wands was also there. So I don't know how this Queen of Wands is represented in reference of the things that are happening. I just feel like here, this is showing that the food shortage is coming in reference of a lot of things happening in the world. The population, pollution. What I'm feeling here is like someone actually, you know, imagining or working out all of these different things and trying to, you know, figure out what type of options we may have. But also looking at everything as a whole. Like, I feel like this is the magician playing around with the options and the things that we have here. You know, someone being very creative, okay? Someone being very creative with the way that they're going about this food shortage. This could be representing, you know, the powers that be, right? A lot of death, okay? A lot of death, a lot of deception. Betrayal and things of that sort is also known with the 10 of Swords, but I feel like this is all about death. Okay, so a lot of death is going to happen behind this food shortage, and because of it is being a sacrifice. Okay, these are sacrifices that are happening, right? The Hangman is here. And it's all based off of this Devil, because look at what it came up under, the 10 of Swords with the Devil card. That's all about, you know, being malicious, being, you know, obsessive and controlling, toxic, low vibrating energy that is causing these murders, that is causing these deaths, that are causing, you know, people to feel like they have no way out, causing that depression, that 9 of Swords energy, you know, causing this energy to be here is what the food shortage is here doing, or what they want to happen, and it is happening, right? The Queen of Swords is here. This is another air sign as well, with the energy I have here, and the Queen of Wands. So it's like two women, could be also, you know, in authority figures in reference of the, you know, food industry of some sort. Interesting. I feel like these sacrifices and the Four of Pentacles is all about someone making sacrifices in reference of holding on to the money that they have, or, you know, the government holding on to funds and sacrificing others behind the situation as well, right? Trying to make things happen that are not good, trying to make people make these sacrifices happen. These three cards right here say it all in reference of what happened, right? With the food shortage. It is all about sacrifice. It's all about deaths. It's all about this toxic devil energy. It's all about the powers that be, the people that want to have this happen. You know, that's why it's a food shortage. I don't see anything here in reference of the earth having any problems or there being some type of situation with soil, or, you know, I don't see any of that. I just see this when it comes to the food shortage. This could be looked at as whatever it is, that demonic energy, whether that's the government, whether that's, you know, whoever, right? Bill Gates, BG, we're going to call him BG. I don't want my page to be shut down, but yeah. So it's a lot going on here showing us, guys, about this food shortage. Not good energy. All about situations causing harm or stopping something from happening, or ending, right? Someone holding on and trying to sacrifice people, right? Because of this energy, and trying to be intelligent about it with this swords energy here. The Queen of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. We've seen that's a person, or both of those, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, about action and putting the plan into place. So somebody being very, very intelligent about how to go about doing this situation, looking at it and imagining what they can do, you know, ahead of time. And you look, you see, it's one man here that's imagining everything that he's going to be doing towards the food shortage, how it's going to happen, and what riches it's going to bring him, right? And look, it's right beside basically the card of death. See? But look at what, it's one man in that. So I feel like it's one man behind this situation with the food shortage as well. Y'all know what I'm saying, put it down below. Okay, so let's see the outcome. What's going to be the outcome of the food shortages, Spirit? Yeah, see? Yeah. Once again, this is like the government, right? Or the person in government, or the person behind government, or the powers that be moving forward with what they're trying to do. What other outcome for this food shortage, Spirit? What else do we need to know in reference of this food shortage? Yeah, people being left out in the cold. Yeah, you guys get ready. You know, get your food stuff ready. This is not good, right? This is not good energy, because it's showing a lot of people being left out, people being starving, you know, people being hurt, injured. This is just a card of poverty, okay? But look behind it. Look what was in front of that poverty, right? The power that be, right? Moving forward, right? With the Chariot card. Moving forward with whatever this destruction is. On the bottom, yeah, and they're going to be successful. Look, the Six of Swords. So you guys definitely get your food together. Start doing your getting your food items together. Start, you know, doing your gardens, guys. Start doing your start just, you know, putting food away for a rainy day. Get some of those packages where you can live off of the land for a while, right? Where you have the seeds and you can plant your own seeds and stuff. Start getting your own, guys. So it just showed us in reference of the food shortage, and it wasn't good, right? And we see they making it happen. And let's look at this crime and violence. What do we need to know? The trafficking and all this stuff. Let's look at crime and violence, and then we'll wrap it up because this done went on to a whole hour. Crime and violence. I had way too many things on here. Crime and violence for the collective spirit. What do we need to know? All right, let's see what we're getting. Yeah. Okay, I might have enough. Spirit said, here you go. Crime and violence, here you go. Okay, yeah, got enough. Yeah. This is going to cause an awakening in the people. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. A lot of death. A lot of death. Okay. A lot of hurt. You know, a lot of battles. And it's coming full speed, guys. Okay, so the Judgment card came out. I'm asking about the crime and the trafficking and things of that sort. You know, what do we need to know? The Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands. All of these are showing like battle cards. The Three of Swords and, you know, heartbreak. And here's the Five of Swords, another battle card, right? So like us battling through, us trying to, you know, fight through whatever this crime, whatever people are being taken, you know, people are being judged, but this is also causing an awakening. It's a call. The call is coming in to let us know in reference of what's happening, in reference of these crimes, the things that we are all waking up. We're realizing, hey, things are happening because of this. We are starting to deep dive more. If you look on YouTube, you'll see several pages of people doing crimes and looking at them and the missing people and so forth. All of this is an awakening for the collective. Yeah, we're still holding on to the illusion and things that we're used to, right? But this crime is coming in, and this violence and these people that are doing the crime and these demonic forces of the challenges and the chaos is coming full speed, okay? Because of things that we're holding on to. After our awakening, after our being judged and the judgment and going through and even knowing the truth, right, about situations, we're still going to be battling. It's a lot of battle cards. Look at the Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords. Look at how this person is fighting. These are wand cards. Well, swords and wands, right? Action and challenges and conflicts. And, you know, this person battling with others, right? Us making it through, but it is going to be a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of hurt, a lot of grieving out of this crime and this violence that's going on. I see that we are going to be battling still behind different situations, right? I feel like this is like battle in reference of finances, or, you know, because look, he has the green on. So this is like the battle that we're going to be going through in reference of our currency, in reference of our economic systems, housing, things of that sort is why we're having so much violence and crime, right? But also with this card, I feel like we're battling also in reference of our, you know, he has on red and green here. So it's like, you know, battling our heart and our finances, and against what, you know, has come against us with that red as well. But yeah, I just feel like we're going to be still having to fight and have crime happen, have a lot of heartbreak. This is also the Four of Swords is the card of, you know, like death as well. It can be looked at like a funeral card, right? Looks like someone's laying in a casket. So it will be a lot of that, a lot of problems in reference of money as well, with the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So it's like it's going to stop money from happening, or money not coming in for people. But the Justice card is also here. So it will soon be balanced, right? Is what I'm seeing here. So yeah, I do see that, you know, it is a lot of heartbreak. It is a lot of battle. It's crime and violence and trafficking is still going to be happening, or still happening at this time. A lot of grief, a lot of heartache. But let's see about some outcome on this. And it's a lot of awakening happening around the, when I say awakening, I mean people waking up, people becoming more conscious of things that's happening in the world, things that's happening even in your city, in your state, things that you haven't paid attention to before. Now you are being observant. Spirit is definitely calling out to a lot of people now. You know, ancestors, the Most High, all of them are, you know, coming together in reference of, you know, the good. And now a lot of things from that have happened to those that were down and to those unfairly, unjust, is all going to come full circle. And that's what this is showing. Judgment call is here now, people, right? Coming in full force around all of this havoc, right? So let's see what the outcome will be in reference of the crime and the violence, trafficking. What will be the outcome, Spirit? Can we get some outcome in reference of the crime and things that's going on, Spirit? Will there be a good outcome, bad outcome? What do we need to know as a collective in reference of the crime and balance, Spirit? Will there be any balance in reference of the crime and the balance? I mean, the crime and the things that, yeah, it will be. Yeah, so, yeah, I feel like we're going to have a new authority figure that's going to come in. Look at these cards that fell. It's going to be a lot of sacrifices that happen, though, to get us to this point. I feel like they're planning now with the Two of Wands here. They're putting action into what's going on, the battle of, you know, this situation. And I feel like a new authority figure is going to come in. The Emperor card is here. Or I feel like that's going to be an authority figure that's going to help us get things back balanced. With the Justice card coming out, this is the outcome. So, you know, we have the Emperor, which is like a father figure, authority figure, the government. And then we have the Justice card, which is all like also Libra energy, but I feel like it's going to be justice and balance for the people after dealing with the government, after dealing with what they have planned for us, okay? Because this fell out on the Judgment, okay? So it's like as if they're planning something in reference of us having these awakenings and things that's happening around this crime and violence and stuff, and people are planning, even moving away from the United States of some sort, right? But I feel like the authority figure, which is the government that has brought the pain and brought all this chaos and havoc, right, to us, sacrifices, peoples, and stuff like that, this is definitely going to bring a balance to the people. Sooner or later, it's going to be those scales. It's going to be, you know, justice is going to come to all. It's going to be a lot of things that are going to be overturned, things that happen in the legal system. This is a card of legal, of politics, okay? So I'm seeing that that's going to be the outcome. Things are going to be a little, you know, different. In reference to what's here. It's going to be a lot of sacrifices being made. Spirit, can you give us one more card of clarity in reference of this Emperor and the Justice card and the Two of Wands that's here for the outcome for crime and trafficking and violence? The Sacrifice card came out again. It's going to be a lot of sacrifices, y'all. What else do we need to know in reference of that sacrifice? The Hanging card, Hangman. It's going to be a lot of people going through situations. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of havoc still. It's going to be a lot of situations that's going to happen, you know, with that Knight of Wands and the Hangman here in reference of clarity for that. It's going to be a lot of burdens. Yeah. So I still feel like the crime, the violence, and everything is going to still be here. We are going to see justice in some things, but a lot of it is still going to be a burden on the United States or on, you know, the world, right? A lot of sacrifices, a lot of things happening, action being taken by those who are not as good, that don't have our highest good at hand. A lot of burdens and things like that in reference of the crime and the violence, Spirit. What else do we need to know in reference of that? A lot of sacrifice. It just keeps saying the Hangman, the Hangman, the Hangman. Yeah, a lot of healing, right? It's going to be needed after these sacrifices with the Star card being here. A lot of healing, right? And that's definitely true after having all this heartbreak, right? So yeah, I do feel like it's still going to be a lot of, you know, battling, a lot of chaos. But it will be balance that could happen sooner or later, right? I mean, a lot of sacrifices. Love is also on the bottom of the deck. So it's going to take love for us to get past this point towards the crime and things of that sort, which we know, right? It's going to cause a lot of burdens for people with what's happening and what's going on, okay? So this is the energy around the crime. It still will be here. Crime, trafficking, death, all that stuff is still going to be here, but we have to heal and we have to know that it's going to take a lot of sacrifices. It's going to take love to get past the point of what we need to get past and to be able to get to this, which is the Ten of Cups. That was also underneath of this Ace of Cups, okay? So that is what we're seeing in reference of the crime and the trafficking and violence and so forth. So it's still going to be here. We're still going to have to deal with it. It's going to take love, a lot of sacrifice and love to get to where we need to be. So as I wrap this up, because that was pretty much the last of what I had, I'm going to ask ancestors, the spirit guides to come in and give me the future unexpected things for the collective. What do we need to know? The future unexpected things that could happen in the world. What do we need to know, Spirit? What's the future things we need to be alert on towards the world events? What do we need to know about the world events? What do we need to be aware of? Future unexpected events for the collective. Yeah, future expected events for the unexpected events for the collective happening. See, we keep getting these cards of leaving things behind, walking away. So it's like as if we're going to be leaving stuff behind and walking away from some things. Yeah, the collective, unexpected things for the collective, please, Spirit. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the world? Unexpected events for the world. Yeah, okay. And at the end, we have the Ten of Cups. Yes. I just feel like this is showing us that all is going to happen. You know, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be new beginnings with the Fool card on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Okay, so the cards that came out, and this is the last segment of this, so I'm asking, what future unexpected things do we need to know for the collective? And this is what's showing. The Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Moon card, and the Ten of Cups. And on the bottom of the deck is the Fool card. So Spirit is definitely telling us for the unexpected things that are going to happen. I feel like the bad things that are here are the first two cards that are showing here. I feel like it's going to be a lot of people being, incarcerated. It's going to be a lot of people walking away from things. It's going to be a lot more. We're going to see a lot more people actually having to leave behind the things that they once valued, having to leave behind the luxurious things that they got out of doing wrong by others. I feel like this is screaming karma, right? I feel like those that have been in the storm are going to move away from the storm and now into calmer weathers. I feel like the illusion is going to be still here, but it's all about us basically balancing things out to get to the Ten of Cups, okay? So it's all about us balancing this Two of Pentacles and knowing that, you know, we can have stability still, and even with the love of our families and others, right? And get to that new beginning. The unexpected is, you know, it's going to be a lot of things that are going to be left behind. We're going to see a lot of people walk away from a lot of things. That's going to be the unexpected. We're going to see a lot of people leaving things behind. A lot of people moving from chaos to calm. But the chaos is still going to be here. It's just looking as if these are some of the things that we are not going to be expected. Now, who these people are, because this kept coming out throughout all of the world, different situations, these cards. So it's a lot about whoever these people are that have their backs turned towards us, in these cards keep coming out. So it's like as if people are going to be turning their back on us. So it's like a lot of that showing here. So be expecting that also in reference of some world situations. That could be even the president, or, you know, it could even be some politicians walking away from things or moving away from things or traveling. A lot of people traveling to get away from something, right? It could be that we could be traveling. Maybe we have to leave behind what's here, right? A lot of things happening in reference of people being incarcerated, people not being able to see things. You know, this could also be a symbol of us being bound down to something, right? Having to, you know, worry about, be in this same situation where the Moon card is all about being in tune to something though, but not really seeing it for what it is, because it's like an illusion of things that's happening. And that could also be represented in reference of that, the Eight of Swords here. But Spirit is, the last card that came out was the Ten of Cups. So it's like we're going to go through all these things and try to get everything going and leave things behind and start on this new journey, because we're going to have the Ten of Cups outcome behind love. That's going to be the unexpected. We're not expecting to have any new beginnings or, well, we are, but we're not expecting it in reference of the government and stuff like that, or in reference of the world situations. But I do see that we're going to be moving away from the chaos, you know, moving away from these situations, and things are going to get balanced, right? Even though you can't see it at this time, it will, right? And it may take a little while to get to that point. I see a few moons, right? So it's like it's going to be a few moons for us to get there. But I do see it being the outcome being really good for us. And we may not even see that. A lot of us are going to come out of things that have happened to us in the past as well. We're going to break through these shackles that people have put on us and move away from it. Even if it is leaving something behind. Even if it is traveling to another country. Some of us are going to be moving abroad as well, right? A lot of us are going to be traveling. A lot of us are going to be, you know, really realizing and being aware of what it is that is going to bring us this happiness. And some of those things that are going to bring us that happiness is going to require us to leave things behind. Okay. And that's what it's showing here. Okay. For the people and what we need to know, the unexpected. But I do feel like these two cards are very strong. So remember these two cards and whatever happens, because this is the world reading. So it's like as if, you know, something within the world is going to have us moving towards things to get away from things, the old things. I feel like these are old things, old habits. I feel like the unexpected is us moving away from things that we've been used to, the things that we've been programmed on. Okay. All to get to balancing it out. All to get to stability, to be able to put both of our feet on the ground and not just have one where we're kind of wobbly. Right? To be able to step out and have this experience here, okay? Which is the new energy, the new, you know, exciting, risk-taking energy. Aries also, so it's like the beginning, right? Because Aries is the beginning of the zodiac sign. So it's like the beginning of a new situation after this has come to an end, and then having the Ten of Cups here as well, all right? Which is love for the people, is what I see. After the illusion of being programmed. But you have to be ready to get out of this, is what I'm seeing. So that's what the future unexpected is for the people. And that's what I see, you know, and that was the full outcome of the spread. And like I said, I still see a lot of us moving away from things, leaving things behind, traveling, you know, or having to do this unexpectedly, trying to balance things out, you know, even economically, trying to balance things out with your funds, okay? Still feeling, even having more lockdowns. This could also be more lockdowns, right? So be prepared for that. All right. So that's what I see in reference of the outcome for us towards the world reading. Okay, guys. So hopefully this gave you some insight. Hopefully this was very you know, gave you some intuitive things to think about, even if, you know, I didn't touch on, you know, what you picked up on when I dropped the cards or when the cards flew out. You know, please put that below as well on the comments in reference of each one of the spreads that we have, because we went over the war, we went over CERN, we went over the Georgia guided stones, we went over the food shortage, the crime, trafficking, and then we looked at the future unexpected, right? So yeah, look at what cards came, look at what flew out when I said that. So it's like, yeah, it's like a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, right? A lot of things around financial stability and money, okay? So yeah, you know, messages come through. And then a lot of people being left out in the cold, a lot of people having new beginnings as well, right? After being left out in the cold, a lot of new things happening. So don't give up. This is like a reading of hope, okay, for the world is what I see here. We still have hope. We still have faith. Faith over fear. Always remember that, right? Regardless of everything that's going on in the world, just remember we always will have and will have faith in anything that happens, okay? So please like, share, and subscribe to the video. I will see you guys next time. And remember, it's all in the cards. It's all in the cards. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Gratitude for the sunshine. Gratitude for the moonlight. Every day feels like a new life.